Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Friday night to you and yours, and welcome to coverage of Racers Elite on Speed Zone TV. I'm your host, Wesley Outland. Tonight we are going 160 laps around Richmond Raceway. Practice has already concluded. Qualifying has already wrapped up, and these drivers are ready to go here for this race as the green flag should fly here in a matter of minutes. Kinsley Smith is on the pole, driver of that number 15 Napa colors that look like a throwback to, of course, two-time Daytona 500 champion Michael Waltrip. Curtis Ecker will be on the outside of row one in the number 19 machine. Stoney Benfield and Lee Campbell will make up row number two. Truth Hoke and Dennis Kane will make up row three. Kyle Hess and James Malloy will make up row four. Marshall Harris and Chris Blassie will make up, of course, the top 10 starters. Looks like we got 15 in total, so Tyler Smith, Andrew Teft will make up row number six. Brandon Honeycutt, William Skinner, and Devin Schwartz will be in the back as these drivers get their preliminary laps underway, and we should be ready to go racing here soon at Richmond. 160 laps. Good to see iRacing back up and going again. Obviously, if people don't know, there was a DDoS scam hacking yesterday, and I know they iRacing was feverishly working on trying to get that resolved. And I think, I don't see like the grandstands or the massive suites or the towers or the campers or the cars or anything in the background like usual. I guess it's because everything had to be completely reset again. But we've got cars, we got a track, and we're about to go racing here at, of course, Richmond Raceway. This race will be 160 laps on the three-quarter mile. Richmond Raceway as the pace car is coming onto the pit lane and exactly scheduled at 7:45 Eastern. Green flag flies, and we are underway. Kinsley Smith will get the whole shot, but he's got company from Ecker on the outside. That's the Coca-Cola colors as they work the back straightaway right now. Stoney Benfield, Lee Campbell, everybody holding on to their spots. Working off turn four, down to the line, and we have a lap completed. 159 laps to go. Again, right now, Kinsley Smith is the driver that's up in front, but Ecker battling right there alongside. In the back, you got Benfield. We got a couple of cars getting sideways. We got a problem. Yeah, hold on there for a minute. Had that neon yellow car giving us a little scare. I think he was able to save it, so we will stay under the green flag right now as Kinsley Smith is up in front. Looks like the four car falling back. I want to say it might have been Kyle Hess that had problems, and he's now going to go onto the pit lane. So Kyle Hess with some damage. Black Rifle Coffee Company, number 68 machine on pit road. Getting some service done on his car. Kinsley Smith still the leader in that 15 machine, the Napa Auto Parts entry. Coca-Cola behind him with Curtis Ecker. Stoney Benfield in that 75 machine. That's the black and yellow car. As we're in the early goings of this race, again, this event will be 160 laps. We're on lap 4 of 160 here on Speed Zone TV. Racers Elite tonight from Richmond. There's Bowmanfield. There you see Stoney Benfield. I meant to say Benfield in that 75 machine. Beautiful looking race car. Got that Coors Light throwback behind him, of course, with James Malloy. As all these drivers working their way back around the racetrack. Looks like the 68 of Kyle Hess is about to enter back onto the racetrack again. Lee Campbell is also a lap down. So drivers either going multiple laps down for problems in the early going or taking on a early fast repair. Seven of 160 laps now. Look at this battle now. Benfield getting some company from Malloy. Malloy down on the bottom, looking to try to run down also Curtis Ecker for that second spot. That's second, third, and fourth. As Benfield in the North Carolina 811 call before you dig colors. working his way, of course, across the start-finish line. So we had a little problem on the start of the race, but then things quickly funneled back out and separated themselves, and now we've got a good run going here. Of course, Racers Elite at Richmond tonight. Thanks for those that are watching on Speed Zone. Whoa, a little sideways there for a minute. Hold on to it. James Malloy got a little dirt track there in that. About got into the back of Benfield, it looked like. Kind of once, two shots got there to the inside, and then all of a sudden got right there alongside the driver door and around sideways went. So a little contact off the left rear of Benfield's car made Malloy check up. He's able to keep on going, so we'll stay under the green flag. But, boy, that could have been scary just a moment ago as we still stay under racing conditions here. As now we got a little door slamming going on between the 84 of Malloy. Malloy falling back as Marshall Harris now battles alongside. Truth Hoke on the outside as well in that black 55 machine. Chris Blasi watching all this happen as well. The black Wrangler colors. Nice looking car there. And we're going to have a caution on the racetrack for the first time tonight as the yellow flag will come out here on Speed Zone TV. Let's get a look for the instant replay. Only 14 cars on the racetrack, so it shouldn't be that hard to find what happened. Oh, boy. So let's see if we can see what happened here. Chan Pottle, by the way, our producer. Look at this. Now there's a 21 and 77. Little contact there between Marshall Harris and then, of course, the Bass Pro Shops Club USA throwback colors of the 77 going around. That, of course, was Tyler Smith, and that puts us under our first caution of the race. So the yellow flag is out, just getting started on Speed Zone TV. Looks like some drivers are deciding to come down to the pit lane. That'll let us step away and take a break. We're back with more from Richmond in just a moment. We are back here, of course, at the Richmond Raceway, Racers Elite on Speed Zone TV. I'm Wesley Outland, and we have a caution out after involved in a two-car incident involving Harris and Smith. They're in the back. They're able to continue along, and looks like we got one car on laps down, and that's Kyle Hess. Remember, Kyle had problems earlier when the race started, but as it stands right now, it is Kinsley Smith, the leader in that number 15 machine, followed by Curtis Ecker, Stoney Benfield, Andrew Taft, and Brandon Honeycutt is the way it stands right now. These drivers, again, going 100 and 60 laps the distance here around the short track that is Richmond Raceway. Looks like these drivers are going to get the 1 to go indication this time by, and we should be ready to set them back up for a restart as the lights are off on the pace car. Kinsley Smith, again, there's that beautiful looking car. Of course, Napa Auto Parts colors reminds me of a throwback to when Michael Waltrip was driving that car when he won the Daytona 500, two-time Daytona 500 winner. And then, of course, that Coca-Cola real magic throwback car, number 19. This is a beautiful-looking race car with Curtis Ecker on the inside. Outside lane given to the leader. He gets option choices right now. They come back rolling to the Geico restart zone, and something happened to Ecker. He didn't fire in time. Great restart for Kinsley Smith as he's able to pull away by about 2 or 3 car lengths on everybody as the green flag flies back out. So back underway here, Kinsley Smith up in front leading the way. Curtis Ecker, Andrew, of course, Teft, and Andrew Teft climbing big time through the field up the 3rd and 4th now. He's got a battle along with Malloy. Malloy trying to get right back in there and battle one more time with the Coors Light 84 machine. Here you see Brandon Honeycutt on the bottom of that 13 car. Nice looking race car. Across the line. We're working now lap 19. It'll be lap 20 next time by. There you see that 13 machine. Beautiful looking race car. Right now it's all Kinsley Smith up in front leading the way. There you see the Wrangler colors. There's another awesome wrap job on that race car of Truth Hoke. It's a nice looking race car, the Wrangler car. Black Wrangler Jeans 55 machine. I like it. 140 laps to go. 20 laps are completed in this race at Richmond right now. Kinsley Smith still the leader. There you see the 15. Things just kind of quiet for the time being right now. Second spot, Ecker. Benfield, Teft, Honeycutt, top 5, single file. As they work their way again around the corner. 3/4 of a mile here at the Richmond Raceway. There you see you're on board now with the leader, Mr. Smith. Clean air in front of him. By the way, if people did not know, yesterday on iRacing, they suffered a DDoS hacking. And because of that, a lot of things had to be reset on iRacing. I'm just surprised that they got it up and going as fast as they have. Because yesterday, all of my iRacing broadcast commitments or league events were canceled. Because they couldn't handle it. So we got a caution though. Second one of the race coming out. Yellow flag will fly here. But that's why you're seeing like literally none of the grandstands or the suites or the fancy safety vehicles or cars and haulers, people standing around on pit road like you normally see. It's because literally I guess they had to reset everything, and honestly, Speed Zone didn't get a chance to, reset all of their settings. I guess they thought it was fine from there going live. So we got a caution. It's the second one of the race here tonight for Elite Racers Elite. And let's take a look at the replay here. We'll find out what happened to put us under caution. Second time. Do what? And we're understanding that possibly somebody entered onto the pit lane, and maybe because they entered a little sideways, that's what triggered the caution. So I think that's what we're going to go with for our second caution of the night. So nonetheless, we are under yellow flag number 2. There's the 77 and the 11. I'm wondering if James Malloy might have had something to do with it. Obviously now he's multiple laps down. Usually Malloy That's that Coors Light colors. We're still kind of watching all this going on here. That's Malloy in the 84. The 55 was Truth Hoke. So that whatever happened, it happened to 84 of Malloy. Because if you remember, before the caution come out, he was right up there in the top 5 with those drivers battling. So I'm thinking unofficially something happened with Malloy in the 84 machine. Now multiple laps down. Andrew Teft is on pit road now. Teft onto the pit lane in the 98 machine. Chris Blasi on pit road as well. So the top 10 stay out. Another yellow flag. Second one of the night here at the Richmond Raceway. See some of the drivers rolling off pit road. And as I was mentioning in regards to the DDoS hacking, you see obviously what the view looks like. There's no suites, there's no grandstands, there's no fans, there's nothing. It just looks like a track out in the middle of nowhere, Richmond. So we're going to take a break, and we'll wrap up our second caution and come back with the restart in just a moment. Okay. All right, we're back and getting ready for the restart as the lights are off on the pace car. We'll get ready to go back to green here. Racers Elite. Thanks for them allowing Speed Zone TV to broadcast this event. Thanks for those that are watching. Don't forget we'll have the replays of archives of the race as soon as it goes off the air. And don't forget to check out Speed Zone TV on Facebook, as well as hit that subscribe button on YouTube. As we go back to green this time, it looked like Ecker didn't fire for the second time. Problems on the restart zone for the 19. And then once he gets right back up to speed, he's right back to battle again. Great hole shot for the third time for the original start and 2 restarts for the driver of Kinsley Smith. He's up in front. So Kinsley Smith, good restart up in front. Whoa, look out, Ecker. We really dirt tracked it off of turn 4, entering the tri-oval just a moment ago. Man, he was sideways, and he is free falling like the lyrics of a Tom Petty song. Look at now, trying to fight back and get in line. Ecker will. We'll see where he ends up when timing and scoring updates, because he lost a considerable amount of positions, and Ecker is now going to be scored all the way back to 7th. From 2nd to 7th, he lost 5 spots just a moment ago in that little short spin, if you will. Didn't even spin out, just had the rear end of the car come out from under him, exiting off 4. Truth Hoke right there in that mix as well as they work their way back to the corner again. Kinsley Smith up in front, leading the way. Kinsley Smith, Stoney Benfield, Brandon Honeycutt, Lee Campbell, Marshall Harris, top 5. That's the way they stand, single file right now. Nobody is jumping out of line, and that 15 continuing to be the Pied Piper here as we're 34 laps into it, this time by at the line. There's the 21, that's Marshall Harris. Harris battles with Campbell. Bonsai to the inside goes Ecker. Ecker gets shoved out of line. The 21 now way to the bottom of the racetrack. Now up high in that Toyota, showing signs of bouncing off the wall is Harris. Battles now with Campbell. This battle's going on. All these things are happening as we watch these guys working into the corner, into 1 and 2. Kinsley Smith watching all of this happen in his rear view mirror as he is the leader with about a 3/4 second lead now over Stony Benfield, Brandon Honeycutt. And then you've got this battle we were showing you between Marshall Harris and Lee Campbell and Truth Hoke in the bottom on the inside in the 55, battling the 14. That's Wrangler and Meliello going at it. Side by side, up the outside lane, works the 14 of Campbell. Plenty of room given. I love that look of car, the Meliello car, the Meliello Chevrolet Camaro. Down into the corner, into the inside comes Truth Hoke as well in that 55. The Wrangler car, another lap in. And they work their way. It looks like somebody got loose. There's a little smoke trail following from somewhere in front of them. Somebody either was on the binders or some smoke. And literally we keep on rolling here, working lap number 40. As right now, Kinsley Smith still the leader. Stony Benfield, there's third and fourth. Brandon Honeycutt as well as Marshall Harris. Harris is in trouble. He got sideways on the back straightaway, almost spun the car around. That's the second or third time that the back end of that car has wanted to shoot out from under him, and he keeps that 21 machine in the straight narrow line again as they cross the line. Put another lap on the board here. Approaching lap 40. 40 laps of 160, 120 to go. Obviously, this race at Richmond will be 160 circuits. If they can get a long green flag run under their belt, these drivers can knock these laps off very, very quickly. Right now, they're turning laps around the 3/4 mile at about 23 flat, set by Kinsley Smith so far. Best time on the racetrack. Glad that y'all are able to obviously join us on Speed Zone TV. Usually I am actually doing real announcing obligations, but unfortunately the weather has plagued everything that I had scheduled for Friday night. So luckily, whenever Chan reached out, I said, hey, I'm available. I have another iRacing broadcast obligation that I committed to yesterday. That'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll stay with you here for about another hour. Hopefully this race could be done by now. If it could be done by then is what I meant to say. But right now, Kinsley Smith is still running away with it. The 15 machine doing well of Kinsley Smith. Stony Benfield right there in that second spot, followed by Brandon Honeycutt. And everybody just kind of along for the ride right now, just kind of making laps, getting their fill of their car around the racetrack here at Richmond Raceway. And Kinsley Smith is just not having anybody give him any competition. Okay, yeah, the North Carolina 811.org machine is starting to run him down. He's cut it down to a half a second. You see a little glimpse of Benfield's 75 start to pop into view right there. But still Kinsley Smith still staying up in front and holding on to that top spot. It's Racers Elite. Big thanks to Racers Elite for allowing us to broadcast on Speed Zone TV, Richmond Raceway. And again, 160 laps. I know a lot of people of the virtual sim world are very ecstatic and excited that iRacing is back up and going again, obviously, after the hacking, the DDoS hacking yesterday, where, of course, many people were locked out and couldn't get on the servers and do work and do broadcasts. And, of course, the iRacing competitor being able to simulate and do run racing. So, I know a lot of people are excited and happy to see it back up and going again. And right now, the 21 of Marshall Harris trying to run down Andrew Teft for that spot. Got around the 13 of... whoa, hold on to it, buddy. All this great racing going on around the racetrack here. Got around Brandon Honeycutt, Stony Benfield there. And now Teft will move to third spot. Put Honeycutt back to fourth. And here comes now Marshall Harris to get around the 13 machine of Honeycutt. Trying to advance that position as well. So right now, 45 of 160 laps, and we are still rolling on with the race here at Richmond. Long green flag run here already beginning, and Kinsley Smith still continuing to be the leader. There you see, of course, Marshall Harris, Honeycutt behind him. Couple of Toyotas there for 4th and 5th place on the racetrack. As they work their way single file back around turn 4. Back down to the line. Kinsley Smith up in front. Stony Benfield trying to run down Kinsley Smith. Smith still in the lead. There's Benfield. They're 1 and 2. By the way, Andrew Teft, let's find the Teft entry. There he is, the 98 car, the Racers Elite 98 machine, and right now that driver is starting to put his Ford Mustang into the podium spot. He's in 3rd. Obviously, what a way to promote his league, Racers Elite. Beautiful looking race car right there. Nice wrap job on that car. As he sits in the number 3 position on the racetrack right now. Closing in on lap 50 of the race. Lap 50 of 160. He'll be coming up on 100 laps to go here very soon. This is a very fast racetrack here at Richmond Raceway, 3/4 of a mile. You can make laps around here fairly quickly, as right now Kinsley Smith is the man that leads the way. As you see, again, another shot of Andrew Teft down the back stretch. Let's go behind him. Look at this now. This is Harris. Harris and Honeycutt having a battle amongst them. This is probably the best battle on the racetrack right now. This is for 4th and 5th. And, yeah, let's put Campbell in the mix in the Belly Yellow car for 6th spot. That's all going on. 4th, 5th, and 6th right there, working off of turn number 2 down the back stretch here at Richmond. Of course, you see James Malloy in view, the Coors Light car. He's already multiple laps down. Devin Schwartz, by the way, is onto the pit lane. James Malloy is 2 laps down. Kyle Hess is 3 laps down. There are right now 11 cars on the lead lap as we speak here, on approaching 100 laps to go. Back up to the leader. Kinsley Smith up in front. Doing well, leading by himself. See that beautiful looking 15 Napa colors. Napa colors. Racers Elite here tonight, here at Richmond, putting on the show. Like to know more about Racers Elite, find them on social media and, of course, on Discord. Big thanks to Speed Zone TV. Speed Zone TV with the coverage of the race. As there you see the 21, Marshall Harris. Trying to run down Campbell, Honeycutt. All of this goes on. So we'll be approaching 100 laps to go here in any lap, as obviously right now we continue to watch Kinsley Smith continue to lead the way. Look at this battle, though. This is the battle we were referring to. This is, I believe, for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th on the racetrack. Lee Campbell, Marshall Harris. You got that lap machine of James Malloy in the mix. However, we still continue on back across the stripe at the start-finish line. Let's pick up the leader. Working now, 100 laps to go. Let's find where he's at. He's increased that lead to over 1.5 seconds now on Andrew Teft. That's Kinsley Smith in that number 15 machine. The Napa colors of the number 15. Still in front, looking good. Staying out in the lead. Andrew Teft now right behind him. There you see Teft. Another lap on the board completed. So it's Smith, Teft, Benfield, Honeycutt, Campbell, top 5. 100 laps to go now here at Richmond. Under 100 remaining. So these drivers work their way around the racetrack. We'll rest our voice and let you crank it up, speed zone style, from Richmond Raceway as the leaders work off turn 4. Race here. Welcome back to Racers Elite from Richmond Raceway. I'm Wesley Outland. Hope you enjoyed the roar, the awesome camera angles by Chan Pottle showing you the action on Speed Zone TV as these drivers are quickly approaching the halfway mark of this race. Right now, Kinsley Smith is the leader. He has led since the drop of the green flag. Andrew Teft right there behind him, though. And here comes a battle brewing for the lead as they work their way again off the back straightaway at Richmond. 3/4 mile Richmond Raceway where we are. Obviously, Smith in the lead. Teft is starting to run him down. That's Andrew Teft. Here, Kitty on the outside. Smith slowing off the corner. Going to battle back and pull up in front of the 98. Crossover, lap machine. James Malloy on the bottom. He goes 4 laps down now. 10 laps to halfway. So far, leaders have not pitted, including Smith and Teft. 10 cars on the lead lap. Velocity 1 lap down. If a caution was to come out, he would get the free pass. And as I say that, we got a car diving way high up in front of the leaders. Almost slammed into the safer barrier there. There's Malloy battling back alongside Andrew Teft. This guy's multiple laps down, fighting with the battle with the leaders. And I want to say that's Blassie, Chris Blassie up in front of him. Yeah, there's the 11 into the wall again. And now Chris Blassie's going to go 2 laps down. So there's no driver at 1 lap down to get the free pass. Basically, if the caution was to come out, it would be Blasi getting a lap back, if you will. And then Hess and Malloy could take the advantage of taking the wave around if the leaders did come down pit road. If is a big word right now, because Kinsley Smith is up in front. He's running away with it. He is the guy that leads the way right now. Andrew Taft right there in second spot. And we welcome you to Speed Zone TV. This is Racers Elite. Racers Elite coverage here tonight for this event. And all the while, we continue to see Kinsley Smith running away with it. But for how long, though, man? Andrew Taft is running him down. He's kept it from one time almost a thousandth of a second to now back to about a quarter of a second. Half of a second now. You see this interval between Smith and Taft going on. This is as we approach halfway. There you see Benfield. Stony Benfield in that 75 machine quietly just stayed in the podium spot of third. And remember, Speed Zone TV, we'd like to invite you and yours to check us out. Remember, I think Chan was telling us that not only do they do the broadcast, but they also have a way where they do race control, officiating iRacing events. Boy, look out, trouble. Hold on. 13 into the safer barrier on the bottom, up into the wall. Hold on to Brandon Honeycutt. That is... what a save for the 13. There will be no caution, but, man, you got to rest assured there's some damage on that Toyota. No yellow flag. Looked like he was fighting the car down the back stretch. All of a sudden lost it. He was able to save it from putting the front nose into the safer barrier, but he did sideswipe the inside retaining wall. And now the 13 of Honeycutt, Brandon Honeycutt, who spent most of this race up in the podium, is now coming down to the pit lane. So work is being done. Drivers on pit road again. We're seeing green flag pit stops taking place. Kyle Hess on pit road again. So is Brandon Honeycutt. You saw that 13 a moment ago about wreck, and then he came to the pit lane. Kinsley Smith is still the leader. Andrew Taft is second. Stony Benfield back to third. Lee Campbell, Michael Harris. You see those cars right there, just a glimpse of them a moment ago in the top five. Dennis Kane is sixth. Curtis Ecker in the Coca-Cola 19 is back to seventh. Truth Hoke is eighth. They're all on the lead lap. Tyler Smith is one lap down in ninth. Brandon Honeycutt is 2 laps down in 10th. He's the car that we just saw a moment ago about bounce off the wall. Halfway home here at the Richmond Raceway just a couple of laps ago. And we are starting to see also green flag pit stops ensue. James Malloy back on pit road. Kyle Hess on pit road again. Kinsley Smith, he's leading. When will he peel onto the pit lane? Andrew Taft, Stony Benfield, Smith, Taft, Benfield. All these drivers at some time are going to have to come down pit road. Watching now, looks like the Wrangler car falling back. Truth Hoke again. He's going to go a lap down now. 7 cars Count them, 7 on the lead lap now. Kinsley Smith, the leader. Andrew Teft in second. Stoney Benfield third. Lee Campbell, Dennis Kane, top 5. That's the way it stands right now for those drivers. Kinsley Smith continuing to hit his marks and stay in front. Teft, look at that beautiful looking machine. There's the Racers Elite Ford doing well, staying out there and in that second spot, but losing ground now. As you see now, that 13 of Brandon Honeycutt fighting to get back on the lead lap or fighting to run back down the leaders to go to the tail end of the lead lap. He's got to get around Tyler Smith, who's also a lap down. Marshall Harris, by the way, is pitting. Marshall Harris on pit road. The 21 on pit lane. 6 cars on the lead lap now. Truth Hoke is a lap down. He's trying to get back on that lead lap spot. He's a lap down. Harrison Smith on pit road again. Honeycutt on pit road. Or he was on pit road. He lost a lap. Now you only got 6 cars on the lead lap. That's it. As we now see the 15 peel on to pit road. Kinsley Smith is going to go a lap down. New leader, Andrew Teft in the 98 car. He's the guy we're showing you right now in the lead. 70 laps to go now. Just past halfway of the race. 90 on the board. There's the new leader, Andrew Teft. Racers Elite Ford, number 98, up in front, back into turn 1, all by himself. Stoney Benfield is the second place car. Oh, and by the way, he is 8 seconds back to the leader. There he is right now battling alongside with Lee Campbell for second and third. They battle alongside. Trying to get back up in the view is going to be Kinsley Smith, the Napa car, who is now a lap down in 7th. Truth Hoke is the first car, 1 lap down. That's the Wrangler Jeans Black 55. If a caution was to come out, he would get the free pass. 69 laps to go here at Richmond. I have no doubt that it's going to cycle back around and they'll probably put the 15. And no, we're not. There's a caution. All these drivers are going to be stuck and mired in the back. Yellow flag will fly. This is the 3rd one of the night here at Richmond for this 160-lap affair. Caution coming up. Here comes a replay on Speed Zone TV of why the 3rd caution is out. And I believe it's the 55 of Truth Hoke. And now listen to this. Caution come out for the 55 of Truth Hoke. He was the cause of the caution. He also was the first car 1 lap down. Because he was the caution, I believe Kinsley Smith is now going to get the free pass to go back on the lead lap because Truth Hoke was the car that would have been able to get the free pass, but because he calls the caution, he has to obviously still be a lap down. So with that said, unless they're doing different rules, Kinsley Smith is going to get back on the lead lap in the number 15 Napa machine. And there you see the 15 rolling on. You see what I'm talking about. Kinsley Smith back on the lead lap. You saw him pull away on the outside. There he goes, pulling from the field. And he will now join everybody at the tail end of the lead lap. He was Ben the Pied Piper all night long so far in this race. Kinsley Smith is now. Andrew Teft is coming down pit road. Lee Campbell on pit road. Stoney Benfield, Dennis Kane, Curtis Ecker, all these drivers coming down to pit road and taking on service. And this will allow either the free pass or the wave around for drivers to get back on the lead lap. Quick break. Approaching the home stretch here with 66 to go at Richmond. Racers Elite from Richmond on Speed Zone TV. I got you. Getting ready for the restart with 62 laps to go here at Richmond. Green flag flies. Andrew Teff this time will now have the opportunity to be the leader. We'll see how he handles the P1 spot. Campbell now falling back to third and fourth as here comes now the drivers of Benfield to second. Kane now battling back on the outside. Up in front on the bottom is Ecker. And that allows the 14 of Campbell to easily move into that spot. Everyone else now battling for these spots with 60 laps to go, closing in on 100 laps complete. 3 wide. Look at him, 3 wide in the middle, the 15. And a little contact there with Malloy, a little save. All that going on with Hoke and Harris behind them, and the 15 was 3 wide a moment ago, got around them. Now battles with Kane on the inside for 5th. 7 drivers, by the way, on the lead lap. Remember, as I mentioned, Truth Hoke, the Wrangler 55 is the first car 1 lap down. If a caution was to come out and he wasn't the car involved, he would get the free pass. As Benfield pushed out of line, trouble for the 75. Stoney Benfield's car. Back rolling again. No caution, no harm, no foul. We continue to race on. Andrew Teff, there he is. He is the leader right now in that number 98 Racers Elite entry. He is the driver up in front. There you see now Lee Campbell, the mellow yellow car. That's the neon yellow, green, and black 14. Curtis Ecker right behind him in third. Kinsley Smith, Dennis Kane, top 5. That's the way it stands right now. And we got, oh no, caution coming out for the 15. Working his way back into the podium, Kinsley Smith has crashed. Driver of the Napa number 15, and the caution's out again. Look at this. Going around, back straightaway, nose first into the inside safer barrier, and damage. Problems for Smith. Kinsley Smith, pretty much the dominator for the first half of this race. Now with problems on the racetrack to put us under caution, Truth Hoke will be the free pass, the 55, the Wrangler car. He spun the last time. This time, man, what a tough break. What a turnaround here. The 15 damaged on pit road. That's Kinsley Smith. Now we see Lee Campbell being showed as the new leader as Andrew Teft. Andrew Teft is on pit road. Ecker, Kane, Honeycutt, Benfield, Smith. All these drivers on pit road. Truth Hoke will get the free pass and will go back on the lead lap. Closing in on 50 laps to go. We are over 100 laps into this race. Lee Campbell is now showing signs of coming to pit road, as well as the 11 of Chris Blossy. They're all making pit stops. We'll reset things for you and come back from Richmond in just a moment on Speed Zone TV. All right. So we're closing in on the restart. 1 lap to green, 52 laps to go when they come back to the Geico restart zone. The restart with 52 laps remaining. Andrew Teft is now the leader. Curtis Ecker right back up where he started. He's now moved to second. Dennis Kane, Brandon Honeycutt with a problem earlier. Now he's worked his way to fourth. Stoney Benfield back in the top 5. So is Kinsley Smith, though he got damage on the front of that car. Looks like he does get one fast repair. He has took it, and he is right back out there again. And the race rolls on with 50 laps to go, this time by 110 laps completed when they work off turn number 4 here at Richmond. 50 to go. Andrew Teft, Curtis Ecker, Dennis Kane, Brandon Honeycutt, Stoney Benfield. Whoa, look out, 21 loose in the back of Harris. Marshall Harris with a save, and he drops down to the bottom of the racetrack, and he keeps that Toyota Camry in a straight line. Was loose a moment ago in the back stretch, but keeps it keeps it straight and stays in that 7th ace spot on the racetrack right now behind the 14 of Campbell. Moving into the crosshairs of the finish of this race now, 49 laps to go. 48 to go. Andrew Teft in the lead. Strong run, Curtis Ecker, Stoney Benfield, Dennis Kane, Brandon Honeycutt, top 5. Look at now this battle alongside between Honeycutt and Kane. That's going on the racetrack. Whoa, got a problem, guys. Looks like the number 13, I want to say it was. Yes, it was. 13, Brandon Honeycutt, losing positions again on the back stretch. Saves it. Will stay green. Falling back positions, but still hanging in there. Saw Honeycutt one more time, having something happen and free falling, if you will. He'll fall all the way back to 9th. By the way, 9 cars on the lead lap. Chris Blasi, first car, multiple laps down, 3 laps down. So is Tyler Smith in 11th. James Malloy, Kyle Hess, and Devin Schwartz are out of it. They're not on track. And all the while, Andrew Teft up in front, continuing to lead the way. What a strong run for this driver. There's Curtis Ecker, the Coca-Cola machine, in second. So we batten down the hatches and move into the home stretch of this race. Stoney Benfield now getting some company from the man that dominated the first half of this race, Kinsley Smith. Kinsley Smith on the outside, looking back to the bottom, running down Benfield. Benfield holds his line. Here comes now Smith inside. Got to run out of turn number 2. Can he make it stick? No, he will not. Back straightaway. Holds it together. 40 laps to go here at the end of this one. Approaching lap 120. Smith inside. Benfield protects the top. Does not let him get around as that goes on. Another lap on the board. Racers Elite battle for third. Going at it, Benfield and Smith. There goes Smith one more time. Remember, Kinsley Smith brought out a caution earlier when he hit the inside pit wall, had to take on a fast repair, and he is right back in the game again, back in this race, trying to run back down Benfield for the podium for third. Another lap on the board. Look at Smith. Look at Benfield, stride for stride, battling for these spots. Another lap on the board. Under 40 to go. Look at these awesome camera angles. This is Smith from the rear, battling with Benfield's car right there alongside on the outside lane. Look at Smith hugging the inside of the racetrack, trying to get that preferred line on Benfield and make that spot work. He finally clears him. Put Kinsley Smith back to third. However, Smith is about 3 seconds back to Teft, the leader. Andrew Teft, Curtis Ecker, Kinsley Smith, 1, 2, and 3 on the racetrack right now. 35 laps to go. The leader up in front again is Andrew Teff. There he is. There's the interval. There's first and second, which is literally almost a second from one another between Andrew Teft and Curtis Ecker. Then you've got 3.5 seconds back from Teft to Smith. And remember how dominant Smith was in the race the first half. I mean, this guy was the Pied Piper. Nobody was able to compete with him, to run with him. And now can he rebound and make a rundown on Ecker for second, and, of course, Andrew Teft for the win. 33 laps to go in this race. There you see, again, this is in the back between fourth and fifth, Kane and Campbell. Another lap runs on the board. Closing in under 30 laps to go when they come to the line. 30 remaining. So setting up for shootout time here, obviously, at Richmond. Does anybody got anything for the 98? Andrew Teft. Curtis Ecker, 2 seconds back. Kinsley Smith, 3.5 seconds back. Boy, Ecker now falling back big time. He's 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds. It keeps changing, fluctuating on the scoring ticker. 3 seconds back the last time they were at the line. Look at this. Curtis Ecker losing ground on the leader. Something's going to happen. It's going to happen now. Look at this now. The 21. There goes Harris. 77. That's Tyler Smith behind them. And Drew Teft. Teft in the front. He leads the way. Curtis Ecker. Kinsley Smith behind them. There's that battle. That's actually 7th, 8th, and 9th. Drivers on the lead lap, but in the back, Harris, Binfield, Honeycutt. 26 to go here at Richmond when Teft comes to the line. By the way, those drivers are 13 to 16 seconds back. As you see, also the 77, Tyler Smith in that Bass Pro Shops Club Toyota, also in that battle on the inside. 3 laps down. We pick back up the leader. There he is, cross the line. 25 laps to go here at Richmond. Andrew Teft continuing to hit his marks. Leading the way, Curtis Ecker second. Kinsley Smith third. Campbell, Hope top 5. Kane and Binfield. Harris, Honeycutt, Smith top 10. Teft, Ecker, Smith, Campbell, Hoke, top 5. That's the way they stand right now. Time running out, closing in. We got a problem on the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like, again, problems for Honeycutt. Honeycutt, again, going a lap down. The 13 in trouble. 22 laps to go now. Andrew Teft, Kinsley Smith now back to second. There's your leader. Where is second at? Right about now, 4 seconds back. The 15 Napa car. Andrew Teft has 4 seconds separation between him and Smith. 20 laps to go. There's a little view of the leader and second you just saw coming off of turn 2 a moment ago. To the line, 20 remaining. We're on lap 140. Getting to the end of this one. There you see the 11 car. Looks like that's Chris Blasi now going 4 laps down on the racetrack as Teft just flying by the 98, flying by the 11. Andrew Teft, 5-second interval now over Kinsley Smith and increasing it faster and faster. 18, 17 to go at the line. There's the interval now between those drivers. There's third place, Curtis Ecker. Ecker is 6 seconds back to Teft. He's got a better shot of running down Smith for second, getting around him quicker than he will the leader. And that old cliche, the leader wants to see you guys going to battle, I'm going to pull away, because if Smith and Ecker do just that, Teft, clean air, can sell away and pull away from this one. Time running out, by the way, as well, closing in on 15 to go. If you'd like to know more details about Racers Elite, check them out on social media, as well as on Discord, Speed Zone TV, and also for race control, check out Speed Zone TV. Andrew Teft. Andrew Teft leading the way. Kinsley Smith to second. Curtis Ecker. There you see Truth Hoke. 11 seconds back, but back on the lead lap and in the top 5. The Wrangler black machine. Beautiful looking race car right there. Nice Chevrolet Camaro. As they work their way back across the line, Andrew Teft holding onto that top spot. Kinsley Smith, Curtis Ecker, Lee Campbell, and there's Truth Hoke. And behind Hoke is Dennis Kane. Dennis Kane started this race with a multiple laps down, stayed in the back, but now as it gets to the end, he is in the top 10 and 6th. 8 cars on the lead lap, including Stoney Benfield and Marshall Harris. Everyone else in the back, several laps down or more, including Tyler Smith, 3 laps down. Chris Blasi, 4 laps down. Honeycutt, multiple laps down on pit road. Out of the race includes James Malloy, Kyle Hess, and Devin Schwartz as we close in on 10 to go. There you see Hoke. Let's go back to the leader. Around the racetrack, already heading towards turn number 3. Working off 4 now. Look at how fast he is flying. 11 remaining. And Andrew Teft is about to lap the 8th place car of Marshall Harris, the 21 Toyota. Now, could this be in favor for Kinsley Smith to try to take advantage of this opportunity where Andrew Teft is stuck behind this tail-end lead lap car? Because Marshall Harris is not just going to give the lead or just give up the position to Teft. I mean, he's going to try to hopefully fight back. You see him power alongside on the outside, but man, you just see how strong Andrew Teff's car is. Man, that car just easily glided by the machine of Marshall Harris. No competition whatsoever. That Toyota could not hang with that Ford of Andrew Teff, and now we're in single digits. Make it 9. Make it 8 laps to go. This time by. To the stripe, Andrew Teft. Time running out. There's Kinsley Smith, 6 seconds back. What a comeback, though, for the driver of the Napa Auto Parts 15 of Kinsley Smith. If he doesn't win this race, he's still going to be the bridesmaid. Nothing wrong with Silver, especially after the problems about 3/4 of the race where he got involved in an incident and slammed the inside safer barrier, damaged the race car, had to come down pit road, got mired a lap down, rallied back, and then, of course, has made it in to the finish of this race with 6 laps to go when Andrew Teff comes to the line. He is sitting in that second spot right now. Kinsley Smith, the pole driver, settling for second unless something happens here as we approach the latter stages of this race. A handful of laps remaining when they come back to the line. Andrew Teft, the leader. Kinsley Smith. Looks like we had a change for third. Lee Campbell, Curtis Ecker. And Ecker gets around Campbell for that spot. They're continuing to battle on the back straightaway for this position. 5 laps to go. The leader just crossed the line. Battling. Stride for stride. Curtis Ecker battles with Lee Campbell, the Mellow Yellow, and the Coca-Cola car. Which one is better? Coca-Cola, bottom. Mellow Yellow inside. 4 laps to go. Closing in on the finish of this race. This is probably the best battle for 4th and 5th. Or excuse me, 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. Can Truth Hoke get up there and make a battle to make it a 3-car battle? I don't know if he can. But this is the battle between the soda cars and the best battle on the racetrack right now as we go back up front to the leader, Andrew Teft. And Teft getting around more lap machines. Tyler Smith going another lap down. He's 4 laps down now. Racers Elite at Richmond. The Racers Elite 498. Andrew Teft, 2 to go. See him hitting his marks, staying perfectly in line around the racetrack. Look at that, 4 or 5 cars up ahead racing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that wasn't the battles for 5th, 6th, and 7th going up ahead, as right now they come to the line. This is it, though. The white flag's going to wave in the air. 1 more lap to go. Final lap here for Andrew Teft. Last lap of the race. Andrew Teft, final time. Down the back straightaway. We got a car spinning, little smoke. It's not going to affect the finish. Here comes Andrew Teft to the line. Kinsley Smith dominated the first half. The second half will go to Andrew Teft. He'll win here at Richmond. Here comes Kinsley Smith across the line. He'll finish in second. Lee Campbell, Curtis Ecker. Survey says Campbell on the high side for third. Ecker and Hoke, your top 5. Rest of the leaders on the lead lap cross the line of Kane and Benfield. And that will conclude the race as Andrew Teft winning here at Richmond. He's going to burn it down and celebrate here. Andrew Teft winning here, gets it done when it is all said and done here tonight. So we'll bring Andrew Teft in here as he burns it down and he celebrates. Teft with a dominating performance in the Racers Elite 98 Ford. Man, what a comeback. Obviously, it looked like Kinsley Smith had it the first half of the race, Andrew, but you battled back and was able to persevere there at the end. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's always fun battling Kinsley. He's tough at these short tracks. I saw he had a little trouble. Wish we could have raced that a little bit closer, but Yeah, that was just a super long run there. It was exactly what I needed, and I was able to just keep it smooth and steady and try to stay out of traffic and just be smart around lap traffic, and paid off.
Andrew, was the strategy to obviously pit before halfway or around halfway to try to make it just a one-stop race?
We're generally a pretty clean group of guys, so at any given track, there's a chance it could go green for a while. And I had 30 laps on my tires at the time I pitted the first time, and just thought if it went green, that might be it might matter. And I was able to drive back through the pack and stay out a little bit longer, and that caution came out and just kind of all unfolded for us.
Well, buddy, congratulations. Before we let you go, man, thank your sponsors.
Yeah, thank you guys for helping us out last second here. Great broadcast. If anybody needs broadcasting or race control, head on over to Speed Zone. They do a great job. I want to thank my team, everybody that shows up to race and tunes in to watch. Can't do it without you. My family for letting me play all the time, our servicemen and women. And if anybody's interested in checking out some of our events or league series, just head on over to racerselite.com and you can find invites to our Discord server. You can get a hold of me there and sign up.
So Andrew Teft, race fans, winning here. That Racers Elite tonight at Richmond. The number 98 Ford, strong run. He'll settle for the victory. Let's go to second place now, and we're going to wrap these interviews up very quick because I have another broadcast obligation at the top of the hour, which is like right now. Second place, Kinsley Smith had a really strong car, Kinsley, at the first start of the race, and then kind of had a problem, hit the wall, fell back, had damage, had to come back from a lap down, but just ran out of time to run down, it looked like, Teft, at the end.
Yeah, by the time I got through everybody, my tires were shot, so there was no chance of catching them. So it was just a rough one, but it is what it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, the car looked really, really good, and just kind of, I know you were definitely looking for a late race caution, weren't you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Really, really needed one, but it didn't fall my way this time. Andrew's really good at taking care of his stuff, so the fact that I just had to kill all my stuff to get back through everybody, he was able to just stay out there. And
all right, buddy, before I let you go, thank your sponsors. Appreciate it.
thank you. Just like to thank Andrew for putting on the league for us all the time, and of course you guys for broadcasting, and my team Driving Extreme Inc. Working together real well, and of course my daughter Callie always watching me and supporting me through it.
There you go. There's the thoughts of Kinsley Smith for that Napa number 15 machine. Will settle for second. Let's go down to Lee Campbell. The battle of the soda cars at the end between Mellow Yellow and Coca-Cola. And when it's all said and done, Lee Campbell, you'll put that car in third place. Good job there, battling at the end.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that was a fun battle with Curtis there for sure. I had just planned on saving as much as I could to get up to Kensley, but just didn't happen. Didn't have enough time. And yeah, it was a good battle.
It really was, man. Honestly, that was probably the best race we saw there at the end of the event. Definitely a strategy for sure. If you had to go back and do anything differently to try to battle Teft or Smith for the finish, what would you have done?
Well, I kind of stayed out on that last with 50 laps to go, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't do that. Everybody else pitted, so I ended up with some pretty bad track position, but made it up a little bit. But I'll take a third for the night I had.
All right, buddy, before I let you go, thank your sponsors.
Yeah, just want to thank Andrew for putting the league on, you guys for broadcasting, of course, and Mountain Dew Citrus, man, go.
Yeah, pretty good run there for, of course, Lee Campbell. When he's all said and done, he'll finish in the third spot. Hey, by the way, remember to check out, again, Racers Elite on social media and Discord. Also, Speed Zone TV as we wrap it up here tonight for iRacing from Richmond. Thanks again to everybody on Speed Zone TV, producer, director, Chan Pottle. This is Wesley Outland thanking you and yours for joining us, and congratulations to, again, Andrew Teft winning tonight. We'll see you next Friday. Take care.